Lakshmi, Devak, Tejas, Bhumik, Shakti, Aryan, and I, seven of us.
Yes, we may.
So, this is Group 7, and we're going to be presenting on Kalyan Jewelers IPO. Let me start off with the company overview. Jewelers is a renowned and trusted name in the jewelry industry. It's committed to providing exquisite craftsmanship, quality, and customer satisfaction. It was established in 1993 by Mr. T.S. Kalyanaraman and has grown on to become one of the largest jewelry retail chains in India and has expanded its presence globally. Kalyan Jewelers offers a diverse range of jewelry, including gold, diamond, platinum, and precious stone collections.
Okay, this
From
has an Amitabh Bachchan's also, I think, advertisements are coming regarding Kalyan Jewelers. Is that the same
yes,
company? Yeah, yeah. Okay.
to Jaya Bachchan, Rashmika Mandana, Katrina Kaif,
Okay.
and also it's got 190 showrooms spread across India and the Middle East. Okay, now moving on to the strengths and weaknesses.
Uh, Good evening, sir. I'm Tejas, and I'll be talking about the strengths and weaknesses that I found while researching about the Kalyan Jewellers stock. This stock and the company has a strong brand and market position. It is an established brand with a reputation for trust and transparency. It has pan-India presence with over 140 showrooms, making it one of the largest jewelry retailers in the country. Pioneers of good practices like transparent billing and selling only BIS hallmark jewelry, which builder customers can trust. It has a lot of growth potential. India's jewelry market is expected to grow rapidly in the coming years. The jewelry market is driven by factors like rising disposable incomes, increasing urbanization, and changing consumer preferences. Kalyan Jewellers in this market is well positioned to capture a significant share of this growth due to its strong brand, wide reach, and innovative offerings. Investing in the stock leads to a diversification in one's portfolio. Investing in Kalyan Jewellers can help diversify one's portfolio and reduce the overall risk of that portfolio. Gold is also considered a safe haven asset, and jewelry is often seen as a good hedge against inflation. This stock also has an attractive valuation compared to some of its peers. This could offer an investor a good opportunity to buy into the high growth company at a reasonable price. Now, coming to some of the weaknesses that I found in the stock while researching about it, economic recessions can significantly reduce consumer discretionary spending, leading to a lower demand for jewelry and impacting Kalyan Jewelers' revenue as a whole. The Indian jewelry market is highly fragmented and competitive. Kalyan Jewelers face a stiff competition from established players like Titan and some other regional players. Kalyan's success heavily relies on the expertise and leadership of its key personnel. This raises concerns about succession planning that once the leaders leave, how will Kalyan Jewelers move forward? Kalyan Jewelers has a relatively high debt to equity ratio, increasing its financial risk and impacting its ability to invest in growth. Kalyan maintains a high inventory level, which is very common in the jewelry industry. However, this leads to high working capital requirements and also a lot of financial risks.
Uh, Good evening, sir. My name is Devik, and I'll be talking about the competitor analysis today.
Sure,
So, as
sure.
we know,
Just
sir, today I'll be talking about the competitor analysis. So, as I was saying, Kalyan Jewelers has two main competitors, one being Titan Company and the other being Rajesh Exports that fall into the same sector. Now, talking about the market presence and brand image. The market presence shows that Kalyan Jewelers is based in India and the Middle East and has iconic traditional and ethnic designs. While talking about its competitors such as Titan Company and Rajesh Exports, they focus on more modern designs which caters to the current time. Now, looking at the brand image, Kalyan Jewelers is a brand that promotes ethnic heritage and trust with their customers, collaborating with celebrities and influencers to help enhance their brand image is one of their tactics. Talking about Titan Company and Rajesh Exports, both these companies focus mainly on the craftsmanship of their jewelry and focus on providing their pieces to other companies which will later resell them. Coming to the product spread of these three companies, most of the products are fairly similar throughout the three companies where gold, diamonds and other precious stones are being offered. Uh, again, coming to the international presence of Kalyan Jewelers, as mentioned before, Kalyan Jewelers is present in India and the Middle East, while Titan Company and Rajesh Exports are known internationally. Now, coming to the financial performance of the three companies, we can see that Kalyan Jewelers has quite an impressive stock performance. Looking at the assets, Kalyan Jeweler and Rajesh Exports are fairly similar in the amount of total assets, but whereas we can see that Kalyan Jewelers is netting almost 10 times the amount of profit as Rajesh Exports. And we should also consider that Kalyan trades at the lowest price out of the three.
So who's speaking? Tejas, are you speaking?
No, sir, this is Devik. We're all sitting in
We
the
have been
same.
using the same. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Go ahead, please.
Yes, that'll be all for competitor analysis, sir.
Sure. Who's going to present next? Yeah. Share the slides with me on what.
Good evening, sir. I am Bhumik and I'll be going through the promoters and ownership of Kalyan Jewelers. So the ownership and promoters of a firm before its IPO can provide crucial insights like management competence, stakeholder alignment, corporate governance, business stability. So now coming to about Kalyan Jewelers. Kalyan Jewelers was founded by T.S. Kalyana Raman and the company has a strong lineage and legacy in the jewelry business. The founder's expertise and vision contributed significantly to the company's growth. Promoter ownership. Before its IPO, Kalyan Jewelers had significant promoter ownership, demonstrating a strong commitment to the company's success. Corporate governance. The company focused on maintaining a transparency in its ownership structure, adhering to ethical practices, and promoting corporate social responsibility initiatives. Market perception. Kalyan Jewelers had a strong brand image and trust in the promoters, contributed to the positive market sentiment leading up to its IPO. Overall, understanding the ownership and promoters of Kalyan Jewelers before its IPO provided investors with confidence in the company management, governance standards, and commitment to a long-term growth, contributing to investor interest in its public offering.
Okay, great. Next.
Good evening, sir. I'm Shakti. I'll talk about the IPO compliance, IPO details, and the categories of allotment. Uh, Firstly, a company aspiring to go public must demonstrate a history of existence for at least 3 years. This duration serves as a foundational benchmark, ensuring the company has a proven track record in the market. Secondly, financial health plays a pivotal role. The company should have maintained an average operating profit of at least 15 crores over the past 3 years. This signifies sustained profitability and operational efficiency. The third one is that the net worth of the company must stand at a minimum of 1 crore rupees over the last 3 years, showcasing a solid financial foundation. Moreover, the promoter's commitment to the company's success is critical. At least 20% of the post-issue capital should be held by the promoters, signifying the confidence in the business. Uh, Also, to ensure a clean slate, there should be no outstanding litigations against the company, ensuring a risk-free environment for potential investors. Asset allocation is also a key consideration. The company should limit general corporate purposes and unidentified investments to not exceed 35% of the capital, ensuring focused utilization of funds. Lastly, the company must have net tangible assets of at least 3 crore rupees over the past 3 years, with not more than 50% in inventory assets. This emphasizes a healthy balance between tangible assets and liquid funds.
Acha, tell me, Shakti, one thing. Under what circumstances this 50% is not applicable? 50% in monetary assets, it is applicable because the company has to have not more than 50%. So, under what circumstances 50% of monetary asset requirement is waived off? Do you remember that?
So could you please repeat your question? Your voice is breaking.
I am saying that, your last line, net tangible assets of at least 3 crores in last 3 years, not more than 50% in monetary assets, isn't it? Okay. So,
So in case if it's an NBFC, the condition could be waived off. If it's a non-banking financial company.
okay, so I need to check that. But if it is any other listing company,
Sir, I'll have to check, sir.
it is, if it is, remember it. It's good for your exam also. If it's a OFS, offer for sale, like if the
Okay.
existing shareholders are offloading their shares, then this 50% monetary asset clause is not applicable. Just check the slides which I shared with you earlier. Okay, go ahead. Next, please.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. And remember that while you're solving your take-home paper.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Next is the IPO details of Kalyan Jewellers. So they initiated the IPO from March 16 to March 18 in 2021, eventually listing on March 26th of the same year. The price band was 86 to 87 per share with a face value of rupees 10, and the lot size comprised of 172 shares. The IPO consisted of a total issue aggregating up to 1,175 crores, with 800 crores in fresh issues and 375 crores for the offer of sale. Employees had a special discount of rupees 8 per share. The book-built issue IPO was listed on both the BSE and NSE, marking a significant milestone for the company. Next is the categories of allotment. Kalyan Jewellers received around 460,000 applications. The total applied shares stood at 107 million against the reserved shares of 47 million. The subscribe rate for retail investors was notably high at 2.2222, totaling an amount of 9 billion. For non-institutional investors, a total of 735 applications were received. Applied shares amounted to 27 million against the reserved shares of 22 million. The subscription rate was 1.35, accumulating to 2 billion. Employee reservation, 2,323 applications were received under this category. The applied shares were 900,000 against the reserved shares of 229,000. The subscription rate peaked at 3.91, totaling an amount of 71 million. For qualified institutional bidders, excluding anchor investors, a limited number of 30 applications were received. Applied shares reached 77 million against the reserved shares of 26 million. The subscription rate stood at 2.672, amassing an amount of 6 billion. So to give an overall summary, they received 463,000 applications, which displayed immense interest in the IPO. The aggregate applied shares amounted to 213 million against the reserved shares of 94 million. The subscription rate for the entire IPO stood at 2.25, reaching a substantial total amount of 18 billion.
Okay.
This remarkable response reflected the high level of confidence and interest from various investors segments for the Kalyan Jeweler IPO.
Okay. Shakti Kumar, you are from South or which place?
Yes, sir. I'm from Coimbatore.
From Coimbatore. Okay. Good. Good job. Okay. Go ahead. Next slide,
Thank
please.
you.
Yeah. Wonderful. So who's left now?
Good evening, sir. I am Madhipatla Aryan Bharadwaj, and I'll be going through the financial analysis of Kalyan Jewellers. Kalyan Jewellers is has shown quite a strong financial performance in recent years, and I'll be going over two main components, which are the revenue and the profit. Revenue of Kalyan Jewellers has experienced a consistent growth, and with a 26 point year-on-year increase from for
Aryan,
financial
your
year
name is
21.
also Medipatla also, no? Is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's all three.
Actually, I thought somebody else has joined. Okay. Aryan, so this
No.
is, I've already noted. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a 26% year-on-year increase from financial year 21 to 22, reaching almost 108,562 million rupees. The company's latest standalone September 2023 figures further solidify this trend, showcasing almost a 32.15% year-on-year jump in net sales to almost 3,554 crores. Uh, Regarding profit, the company's net income also reflects, positive growth, increasing from 2,143 million from 21 to almost 2,791 million in 22. Uh, Regarding areas of improvement, if we can see, Kalyan Jewellers could improve on the cash flow. While their revenue and profit are increasing, cash flow from operations has decreased from almost 6,289 million to 2,450 from 21 to 22. And this trend requires like further analysis to, understand the underlying reasons. And fixed assets could also be improved. Increase in fixed assets by 12% in the financial year 22 suggests that there is a potential for optimization in the capital expenditure. Also, finally, if I would say, Kalyan Jewellers has a very strong performance, and its revenue jumped from 27.18% in the last year, and on a quarterly growth basis, Kalyan Jewellers has generated almost 0.92% jump since the last 3 months. Yeah, that's it.
Fine. So who's left now?
So my name is Lakshmi. I'm speaking from Shakti's account. I will be talking about the valuation.
Achha, you're Lakshmi?
Yes, sir. Lakshmi Kumar.
Achha, you already presented earlier also?
No, sir.
Okay. Lakshmi Kumar, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Achha, theek hai, go ahead, please.
Okay, so we used two methods of valuation. One was valuation using the PE ratio. So we looked at the IPO's prospectus and we found the basic as well as the diluted EPS. And based on the floor and cap price that was given in the prospectus, we found the PE ratio of both the floor price as well as the cap price. And then we compared it to the industry's peer group PE ratio, which was given to be 84.23. So now when we compare these PE ratios against the industry peer group PE, we see that the company is very undervalued. And given that if other companies in this industry have the same growth and risk factors, Kalyan Jewellers is undervalued.
Okay, good. So you say that it is undervalued compared to the peer PE ratio. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir. When we use the PE ratio, we find this particular.
So now you've done your valuation using regression also, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Basically, the reason we had used the PE ratio for valuation was it helps investors gauge how much they earn back based on how much they buy the share for. And then we also use the regression method in order to find the valuation of the company. So first what we did was we ran a regression with the Y variable PE ratio and X variable EPS growth and standard deviation based on your video. But we found that it had perfect collinearity. We took the two, the first values we found were too high, were too close to 1 to take just these two factors. And we also found that the R-square value was very low. It was about 0.24 or something like that. So we decided to add another variable, which was ROE. So all these three independent variables were based on the last 5 years, and then we ran another regression where we find that there is no perfect collinearity with a high R-square value of around 0.946. And based on that,
what does R-square value signifies here, according to you?
R-square value basically tells you the explainability of the independent variables. So the higher your R-square value is to 1, the more your dependent variable or your Y variable is explained by the independent variables.
Okay, great. So go to the next slide. Yeah.
So here we found that the PE ratio for Kalyan Jewellers was, so we took 5 other companies for comparison, and these are its closest competitors. So as Devik had already explained before, Titan Company as well as Warehouse Global. We found that Kalyan Jewellers had a predicted PE ratio of about 64.6 as compared to its original or actual PE ratio of about 64.29. We found these values to be extremely similar, so we can say that based on this comparison, Kalyan Jewellers is fairly valued as compared to its other competitors, which are also either undervalued or overvalued.
So Kalyan Jewellers, according to you, the actual P ratio is 64.29, and through regression you're getting 64.62, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
it's almost, they're same. I mean, almost valued at the rightly priced, and even predicted is also coming the same. You're saying so, huh?
Yes, sir. Our conclusion was that Kalyan Jewellers is very happy.
So have you gone through my video which I have uploaded?
Yes, sir. I did.
So you could understand the concept?
Yeah, I could understand the concept. We decided to include another variable, also ROE, because we found that the explainability was very low. We
In my
didn't
video,
include
I've
that.
taken EPS and standard deviation, so you have added ROE also, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
So the regression we used here is, as you can see, it has an intercept of minus 8.22. It has a beta 1 value of 1.53, beta 2 87.9, and beta 3 as 4.54.
Okay, fine. Good. So is that, are you through with your, this was the last slide?
No, sir. We just have the last part, which is the performance overview as well as the conclusion, which will be done by March.
Anybody left for the presentation?
No, sir. Everybody is presented, but then our presentation is not over. There's one part left.
So you are Lakshmi, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can do one thing. You can just share this presentation with me on through mail. Okay, fine.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Good.
So just show me the last slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the market had a flat reaction to the IPO. Listing price fell below the issue price. Like any other, the stock too had its ups and downs. It is currently worth. So it is currently trading above its IPO price or below its IPO price?
So much about the IPO price. The IPO price was 86
How much was the IPO price?
86 to 87 rupees.
Okay.
But now it's currently worth 324.
So this IPO came in sometime in 2021, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Wonderful presentation. I can just say that. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Just the conclusion is that.
Sure. So that's all. Other than our discussion, yeah. Can you read what is they have written?
Yes, sir. So our conclusion was that other than our regression analysis, all other facts point to the fact that this is an undervalued stock. So the company's brand image, strong financial performance, and growth prospects all point to the fact that it's a good buy.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. It is a great presentation. People have done, I think, a lot of study, research, and it was a wonderful. So I think Lakshmi, I mean not Lakshmi, yeah, Lakshmi, you were presenting last. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The general information does not. Okay. So so how was it? How was the subject? Did you like the subject?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So so what was the great about the subject? So what was the thing which you liked? Just last 2 minutes. Okay. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, so we found that I found that the course content was very interesting. It was very unique. It was nothing that we had done before, especially when you talked about when you got into the forex markets, etc. It was very interesting, especially when we could see you conduct all the things.
So you like the forex? What about the IPO?
Yes, so even that was very interesting. It was a new topic that we haven't covered before in our other finance courses.
Is that Shakti talking or who's speaking?
No, sir. This is Lakshmi.
Lakshmi. Okay. Okay. So wonderful. So it was a great teaching experience for me also. But it was all courses were on Saturday, so I had a lot of attendance was used to be not very good. But anyway, you have really picked up the subject very well, and your group presentation is also wonderful and great. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you
you,
so
sir.
much, sir.
Thank you, sir.